So in this video, we will see how to create multiple choice questions using the library course presentation. So the first step is that we need to log in into our H5P account. For that, go to the H5P website and click on the login button that is given on top right. Now enter the username and the password for your account and click on the login button. We can see that the account is open now and all our previous e-contents are available in the recent content list. To create a new content, click on the Try Out H5P button. Since in this video we are learning how to create multiple choice questions using the course presentation library, we need to select the library from this list. So click on the course presentation. We can see course presentation is written here, so we need to click on course presentation. The specific editor will open now. So basically, using course presentation library, we can add multiple slides, and the slides can have various types of evaluative questions such as MCQs, true and false, fill in the blanks, and many other types. So we would be the first step is to give title to the e-content that we are creating. So the title can be related to the subject or the topic or the concept for which this resource is being created. So I would be creating a resource for computer science topic, input and output tools. So this will be my title of the resource. Right now there is nothing on the slide, it is an empty slate and only one slide is created. So we need to add the questions here. To add the questions, we can see that there are many different options available to us, such as adding the text, linking, image, shapes, videos. So we need to add MCQ questions. So click on the multiple choice button. The editor for adding the multiple choice question will appear. So the title, as we can see, is already given to us. This title will not appear on the slide, so we can leave it as it is. But if you wish, you can also change the title. So to add the question, we can add the question in this text area. So question number 1, which of the following is not an input device? So this is my question. We can see that there are basic formatting features which are given to us. So if we feel like, we can change the font of the question as well. Now we need to give the options. So we can see available options field here. So the first option will come in here, text field. So my first option is keyboard. If this option is correct, you need to click on this small checkbox here, so that the system will know that okay, this option is correct and the learner will get marks awarded for this option. But for my question, this is an incorrect answer, so I would be leaving it. Here is it. The second option can be added. So my question was, which of the following is not an input device? So keyboard is an input device. So this would not be the correct option for the question. Mouse is also an input device. Now we can add many options. Currently there are only 2 options which are given for the MCQ. To add more options, click on the add option button which is given in blue. Now we can add the third option as well. So let's give it the title printer. So printer would be the third option for this question. Since printer is an output device, it is not an input device. This is the correct option. So we will click on the correct button and we can see that the checkbox is now in different color. And if you like, you can also add the fourth option. So it is up to our own decision how many options we want to give for the question. So the fourth option can be scanner. Scanner is also an input device, so we will not take it. So now we have added the question. We have added the 4 options and the correct option is being told to the tool. Now if we like, we can give specific feedback for the students depending on the percentage of the marks that they are receiving. So we can add range. So for 0 to 30%, the feedback that I would be giving to the learners is you can do better, and for 31 to 100%, I would be giving the feedback yay, well done. So we can, if we like, we can add range. We can break it into multiple range such as 0 to 10, 20 to 30, then 30 to 50. So it's on our choice. After that, click on the done button. So now we can see that the MCQ has been added to the slide. It is not appearing properly, so we need to expand it, we need to zoom it. So there are these small arrows, square boxes, which can be used to resize the quiz. So put your mouse cursor on the square buttons and click and drag them so that we can reposition and resize the question. It should appear properly on the slide. So this is correct. So now we can see that on a slide 1, we have added one MCQ. If you like, we can also change the background of the slide because currently it is appearing in grey color and it does not look so attractive. So below this slide, we can see 1/1 that there is currently one slide. There are other options such as add slide, clone slide and slide background. So we will click on slide background to change the background. We can add any background image from the system, but I will be using a color. So click on the color fill background. So select any color which you and drag and drop the mouse cursor on it and see if the slide is looking properly. So depending on the color which looks good on the slide, we can press and move the mouse cursor on the color range here. And for me this color looks good, so I would be selecting this for my quiz. And now close this. So now we have added the color to the slide as well. If we want to add many MCQ questions or many different kinds of questions, we need to add another slide. For that, click on add new slide button that is given at the bottom. So we can see here the slide is added and it is currently the second slide. Now similar to the first step, we can add multiple choice questions, true or false questions, summary, fill in the blanks. So let's add a true or false question. The editor for true and false question has opened. The title, similar to the first step, is already given. Now add the question. So this would be question number 2. So we can enter data through printer. So this is my statement, and the learner has to choose whether this statement is correct or not. So we need to give the correct answer here. We can enter data through printer. This is false. So I would select the false button and click on done. So we can see that the question has been added onto the slide. Again, we can resize it and reposition it so that it appears properly. And after adding the questions, if you feel that okay, these many questions are sufficient for this e-content, scroll down to the page and click on save button. So whatever we have created will get saved and we will be able to see the final output. So as we can see, the e-content has been created. The name is Computer Science Input and Output Tools, and the first slide contains the MCQ. Which of the following is not an input device? Let's select the wrong answer. So it gives us the cross, red cross, and it allows us to retry and show solution, and the marks that are avoided are 0. So we can retry, and this time I would be selecting the correct answer. So printer is not an input device. Let's check. So we can see that the feedback is also given and the marks are also awarded. Now we will move to the next slide and attempt the next question. We can enter data through printer. This is a false, wrong, incorrect statement. So we will click on false and check. So again we have got the marks. So now moving to the slide, we can also see the summary of the scores that the students have taken. So this is how we create a course presentation which can contain multiple types of questions which can be used for evaluation purposes. Thank you.